if you're all competing for some woman's attention, how can you stand out? And the way you can do it is by what he did. PJ Pez, 83, he said he loved my creativity. Now that is a compliment to me, much more so than you have gorgeous tits or something like that. You know what I'm saying? I like when you're complimenting who I am inside. So right now, before you do anything else, make sure you give a thumbs up to the video and subscribe on YouTube. Go to the subscribe button and press that button, and you won't miss, and turn the notifications on. You won't miss another live stream, because I really like talking to you guys. I can't talk to you if you don't know that I'm on. Okay, so today is, the reason I got the idea to do this video today is because I got a message on my Facebook, and it was very creative. It was something like, please accept me because you won't be disappointed. I have something surprising to tell you, or something like that. So I did. And I hope he's not going to disappoint me that I accepted it. But my point to you all is, you're welcome, PJ Pez, I mean it, is instead of the physical compliments, let's go a little deeper and go for the person, the authentic person, because that's what, to me, life is about. You want to make sure that you are your most real self. So whatever that might look like to you, I don't know. But if you're putting on an act that you're some, guy that you're not, people see right through it, and people know that you're fake and acting fake, and you don't want to be fake. You want to be the real person. And then you'll get the real women, because that's what you want. You don't want the gold diggers. You don't want the game players. You don't want the BS that goes along with it. If anybody's on Twitch and wants to talk to me, go for it. Hi. I'm focusing towards Instagram and YouTube right now, because I haven't figured out the ability to clone my head yet. I'm going to work on it though. Here. All right. So thank you for the likes, and let's get into it. I'm going to help each one of you find out who your real self is. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to answer your questions here. So if you've got a question here that you've been dying to find out about and get another opinion on, sometimes it's just nice to have that extra opinion. Like if you're just only in your own head and you're never coming out of that, you might be completely going in the wrong direction because you've got yourself so tangled up in your own shit. Get out. If you get a second opinion, sometimes you might realize, whoa, I could use this to my advantage, or I can go on this path instead of this path. There are other options out there for you. So this may be going a little too self-awareness 102 or 201 or whatever, but I'm going to try to give you some help. Let's see. Okay. Where are we here? So I will start answering your questions. This is the time. How do you spot a gold digger? Someone who just literally all they want to, the reason they're talking to you is because they think you have money. I mean, it's kind of obvious when you start talking to them that that's all they're interested in. So if you want to stay with that, that's fine. Some people like to just give away their money, and most people, though, I think would not want someone that wanted them for external stuff and more for internal stuff. The money, the clothing, the looks, and all that kind of stuff is just, it's just boring, right? It gets old. So opening up the chat now for anyone who wants to ask me a personal question that maybe they've been thinking about for a while, maybe they've been wanting to get a second opinion on, and I'd be happy to offer my advice, and anybody else here, if you guys want to join in and offer your advice. This is all about love and kindness for each other, nothing sarcastic and mean and negative, okay? Oh, thank you for subscribing. Anybody on Instagram, if you haven't gone to my YouTube page, that's really my major thing, even though, unfortunately, you want to create my official fan page account, ma'am, go for it. Create away. As long as it's not one of these sexual pornographic ones, I'm not up for that at all. But, well, where was I? Yeah, I want to talk about being your authentic self. What does that even mean? So it's like a buzzword, authentic self. What does that mean to be the authentic self? It just means just don't give a shit about what people think, basically. Just think about, I mean, you can't be obnoxious and hurtful, but try to be who you are. because that is going to that's going to shine through to everyone. Like, I know someone on this chat right now, Bryson, he is his authentic self. I know that he works on himself, and what his comments are on this are very true to him, and they're very genuine. He's not trying to put on a fake front. Sometimes, people think that that's what they need to do, and I'm not sure why, because it doesn't end up working. What happens is, in the long run, you end up you end up showing who you really are, and then people don't get like, oh, I thought you were this. You thought you're working on yourself, Brendan? No, I'm sure you all are. I mean, Paul too. I mean, a lot of you guys have done a lot of self-discovery. Tasha, I know, has as well, and I'm sure that there's a bunch here that I'm missing. I don't mean to call out favorites or anything like that. I'm just certain people I've known for a while are working really hard on self-improvement. Anyway, so I'm just saying that there are some people on here that I think can still use an extra set of ears. Can I ask how you got into this? Oh, that's a good question, Robeson 5359. Okay, so here's what happened. I'll give you a little background on myself. For those of you guys who don't know, I'm a widow. My husband passed away in a tragic way. I went on YouTube, tried to find some videos or somebody that can help guide me, and everybody on YouTube was either a pickup artist, you know how I think about pickup artists, or they were young like 20-something-year-olds. They're the pre-Cougars, but they're still very young, and they're not able to guide someone who at that time was in their 40s. So that being said, I thought, I'll create this YouTube channel for all the women that are my age who want to get their ass back out there. But what actually ended up happening is my entire audience is all men, age 18 to 45. Or I'm sure there's more, but my sweet spot is actually the 25 to 35-year-olds. So if you're in that and you're on here, that's what's that for whatever reason is my demographic. So instead of trying to fight it and continuing to create videos for women, I decided to embrace it. And now I create all my videos basically with my audience in mind, which is our you people that are here. So that's how I did it. I hope that answers your question, Robeson 5359. How I monetize this is difficult. As you know, I have a Patreon page. It's patreon.com/Karen Lee. And that's where you can help support how I do this, because I can't keep doing this with YouTube demonetizing every single video I put on. As soon as I put it on, it's demonetized, meaning that they think I'm talking about things that are not advertiser friendly. I don't know. I mean, to me, it's like very easy. I've got a absolute perfect niche of exactly the demographic that most advertisers would want. Some men that want to buy products and services from men. It's a perfect place to advertise, but whatever. Let's not get into that. This is my attitude is move on. Okay, that's a block. I'll move on. So you could either fight it and end up defeated, or you could say, hey, I'm just going to find a different avenue. So Patreon is my different avenue. And some of you guys here are on my Patreon page, and I appreciate it. And thank you. Mastermind 123. Let's say someone just graduated from high school at age 18. Is it legal for a former student to date his former teacher while they both have an intimate relationship? Mastermind, I have no idea if it's legal or not. Sorry, I'm just not